Welcome to your daily dose of astrological insight and inspiration for Tuesday, the 24th of September, 2024. I'm intuitive evolutionary astrologer and psychic tarot reader, Crystal, the crystalline priestess. Now, without further ado, let's get into the vibes of the day. Alrighty, my loves. So we do have the moon in Gemini today, making a conjunction with Jupiter, and we did speak to that yesterday. So thankfully we have Venus, who's now moved off that exact square with Pluto, but now Venus is actually in Scorpio. So now we are feeling a little bit of that heavy energy when it comes to Venus, and it comes to our connections, our money, our resources, our vibes, our aesthetics, you know. Even just our relationships at the moment. We are in the process of having to move through the transformation. We are in the process of having to work things out and work things through. Having the sun with the South Node, like, we got a lot of, I think, relationship energy coming through for me. When it's Libra, we are dealing with the other, you know, and so that's why the sun is actually in fall, or it's in detriment when it is in Libra, because when the sun is in Aries, it's exalted, it's love and life, it's going, woo, I'm the king, I'm the queen, I love myself, I feel the best, I love myself. When the sun is in Libra, it's like, I'm thinking about everybody else, I'm thinking about everybody else, and what they think of me. So we are in this lesson, I suppose you can call it, today, where we are having to learn about our own worth, and we've been doing this all moving into today, but we really are feeling with the moon being in that conjunction with Jupiter, and just before, you know, that conjunction, it's all happening at the same time. No, it's not just before. And at the same time, the moon is actually sextiling with Chiron at 22 degrees of Aries. So that feels really positive to me, because it is this opportunity to feel a little bit of a healing moment after yesterday's intensity. So we have Mercury, who is moving into a grand trine with Pluto and with Uranus. And we spoke to that last week because we have the sun in that grand trine. And so once again, it's still feeling like a very spiritual, a very auspicious portal time that we are in this week after that Pisces full moon, because we are, like I keep saying, we're building into that next eclipse. So we are having to deal with the next set of, you know, circumstances, the next set of experiences that are going to cause us to plant new seeds, you know, to purge this. And I don't want to say, that's what it is. I was like, I can smell fire. So I was almost going to say, like, it's almost like this purge and this energy where we're needing to, especially with the moon actually being in a sextile with Chiron, that air and fire energy is feeling like it could really grow and expand. So it feels as though we're needing to sort of like burn away the part of ourselves that felt inadequate, is the word that I'm getting. And I feel as though Gemini, Jupiter, the moon being in Gemini and having that connection with Chiron is this opportunity to see where we're not as dumb as we thought, we're actually smarter than we thought. And I feel as though there's this collective feeling as though we're just so lost, we're just so confused, you know, we just really don't know what is going on. And I feel as though, of course we don't know what's going on, you know, the media is an absolute shit show. So it's feeling like today just is one of those days where it's I need clarity, and the clarity is not quite here yet, with Mercury coming into that opposition with Neptune, so things are still feeling foggy. It's like, you know, we don't have the results for the test yet. We don't have the contract fully filled out. We don't have the form filled out. We need another piece of information. We need to make another appointment. We need to do something else. There's this feeling of like there's more to come, there's more to do, but it is feeling like it's positive. It's feeling like it's an opportunity to grow. It's feeling like it's an opportunity to expand into more self-love, because I feel as though maybe for some of us, with all that Virgo energy during Virgo season, it was sort of hard to get things done. We have Safe Home coming out with abundance. So Goddess of Abundance Divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. With Safe Home, I cast this circle around about safety now is beyond doubt. So I do feel as though this is about feeling like we are safe to experience our own abundance, that inner resource. We have grace and fertility. It comes from within you. It comes from how you're approaching life. Grace is about you. It's about how you handle situations. You know how they say, oh, she handled that situation with grace. What does that even mean? Let's actually, you know what? Let's Google the definition of grace. What does it mean? Smoothness and elegance of movement. Courteous goodwill. Bring honor or credit to someone. Okay, so courteous goodwill, smoothness and elegance of movement. The meaning of grace is unmerited divine assistance given to humans for their regeneration or sanctification. So this is, it's essentially saying, you know, having grace is the breeding ground of fertility. Because it's wholesome, it's beautiful, it's reciprocal. Grace is that energy of God. It says, grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. But it comes from you. It's an internal thing. Grace isn't given to you. It's actually even making me think of that Supernatural episode where the angel loses her grace. So you know what? I feel as though maybe there's this feeling as though now that we're finding a level of safety within ourselves, we're actually got the confidence to believe in spirit. We've got the confidence to believe in our own sense of grace. You know, we've got the confidence to believe in our own power, because that's really making me think of that episode where she was literally an angel who did not know she was an angel. She just thought that she was a person. She just thought that she was like everybody else, you know? And so that whole episode was about her realizing that she was an angel and she'd lost her grace. So this is about us finding our grace again, which sounds so crazy and so weird, but it's true. And I feel as though this conjunction with the moon and Jupiter, while it makes a really nice sextile over to Chiron, feels like an opportunity to find that emotion, to find that grace. Fertility says, let all take root, seed and sprout, let new life be all about. And abundance says, goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. So it's understanding that you want fortune, that you want what you want, and there's nothing wrong with wanting it, you know? Venus being in Scorpio now is us saying we want resources, we want money. When do we want it? Now. You know, we want that sort of stuff. So accept that you want it and it's okay to want it. You're not a bad person for wanting to be rich. Can you please understand that? You know, I feel like a lot of us have this mentality where it looks like, and we've been, especially us like woke type people, like I don't even want to say that anymore because this woke shit's gotten so fucked up compared to when, like, you know, 10 years ago. But we really have become a society of, actually, I don't even remember what I was saying now. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So like back when I was like really beginning on my journey, like I really thought that capitalism was like the be all and end all and the like evil shit, like be all and end all of evil. And like I thought that the government, all this stuff was like so evil and all this stuff. The reality is we have gossip and we have Messiah and we have teacher coming out. The reality is that God is our best teacher. And that, you know, as much as we can talk shit, as much as we can listen to other people's opinions, as much as we can... I literally just heard talk shit, get hit. Like, I feel like... And that was a saying that was massive when I was growing up. So it's like, if you're just all talk, if you're just all, you know, this thought and you're thinking... And that's the thing with Gemini. It's about a thought. Are we overthinking things instead of actually physically doing things? The gossip archetype says awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. So like I was saying, in the beginning I really thought that like capitalism and all those things were evil. I'm starting to realize where it's actually not, you know? Ownership is not an evil thing. Like it's fully I feel like I've done a full 360 in so much of my life and in so many of my beliefs, but at the same time I still hold the core feelings and the core beliefs. It's just that they've changed. And so I suppose this is a day about understanding the changes. It says, shadow attributes, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information and betraying confidences. So I feel as though there's a part of ourselves that betrayed ourselves in the past by believing that money wasn't good for us, that we didn't need money, or that money was the root of all evil. Like how much is that a chronic belief that is just touted everywhere? Money is the root of all evil. And I feel like that is just so far from the truth, because money is nothing but a value source. It's nothing but a resource. Taurus is what rules money, and Taurus is the furthest thing from evil. You know? Yeah, the opposition is Scorpio, because people can get really dark and obsessive and greedy. But it's about understanding that within you. If you have grace within you, well then, you know, somebody that is gossiping is not in their grace. Somebody who is talking shit is not in their grace. So don't be one of those people who's just talking shit. Don't just talk shit today. You know, it feels about, it's about having genuine, Gemini, it's about having genuine conversations, and conversations that are healing. And that's the thing with the connection with Chiron. Healing conversations today, opportunities to say the right thing if you actually speak with clarity. If you speak, and you know, Mercury being with Lilith in that opposition with Neptune, it's not going to be easy. There is a fogginess that's here. There's a confusion. But if you feel like you're connected with spirit, if you feel like you're connected, you know, doing this from a humble, open-hearted, divine place, not doing this from a place of ego is what's going to help the most, because that Chiron in Aries is about having a wounded ego. And so we're needing to break out of that wounded feeling, or not even break out of that, but understand the wounded feeling. Why are we feeling wounded? Lilith is moving into her opposition with Saturn now, so we're starting to feel this heaviness and this weight that has already been sort of, we've already felt it, but it's starting to feel the weight of, I just heard, the world on our shoulders. So it's about not letting ourselves be drawn into that, because Lilith is about drawing us into something that might even be toxic. So don't let yourself be drawn into this mentality of, I need to, you know, money's the root of all evil and all this sort of stuff. It's about understanding what is right for you, what feels like the right way of understanding resources in your own life, what feels like the right way to move forward in your own life. It's not about everybody else. We have teacher coming out that says ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Listen now, it says ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The shadow attributes is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. And we have the destroyer at the bottom of the deck as well that says releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. The shadow attributes are in intoxication with destructive power and destroying others' dreams or potential. And that's very much this energy of realizing, you know, having money is a good thing. We have the Midas and the Miser coming out, which is about understanding that what you touch turns to gold if you believe that, and not getting into this hoarder mentality, because that can be Scorpio as well, you know, this hoarder mentality. I don't have enough stuff, things. It's giving me Alexander Supertramp, that kind of vibe, you know, that scene where he's going with Vince Vaughn and he's going, things, like when they're at the bar. So, you know, it's feeling like we're having a day today where we're seeing the past and its power that it's actually held on our present, and now we're making choices that feel different, and those choices are actually empowered choices. Those choices are decisions that are about abundance. And I feel like with this Messiah, it says serving humanity with humility. The shadow attribute is an exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So it's understanding that, you know, things can come in unexpected ways. Spirit can always show up for you in ways that you would never expect. So get out of this mentality that is small. And that's why Jupiter and the Moon today is about opening up your idea that things are actually, you know, they don't have to be so small, because we do have as well at the same time the Moon that it will be squaring with Mercury, and that Mercury has been in a square with Jupiter, whilst at the same time being in a weird little quincunx with Chiron. So it's definitely like this energy where things are still feeling just a little bit difficult to get across. It's hard to get our point across. It's hard to speak maybe clearly. It's hard to even maybe read clearly, understand clearly, all these sorts of things. So do the best you can with what you have today. Let yourself be motivated by a new idea. Let yourself be motivated by a new way of being in the world and a new way of approaching your resources. But like I always say, don't get caught up in this mentality when we have Lilith in Virgo, in moving into that opposition with Saturn, that you know, are behind and all these things, and getting really lost in this I'm not good enough mentality. This safe home is feeling like casting a circle of empowerment around yourself, casting a circle of belief and knowing that you are radiant, that you are abundant. It's about what you're feeling about yourself, and not in the sense that, like, you know, you manifest everything through just, oh, I believe that I'm worth it, so I'm just going to manifest $1 million. That is not how it works. It's about the thing is though, you cannot actually manifest $1 million without believing that you could manifest $1 million. So there are levels of truth to it. It's just that it's layered. It's like an onion, literally. And I'm seeing now Shrek, where Donkey and him are talking about the layers. So there's a lot of layers to this. This is a very layered week. Like I said, we're moving into an eclipse. So all of these readings are probably going to end up being way longer than I thought because it's eclipse vibes and it's just an intense energy that we are moving into this week that we're dealing with in this season. So my loves, I'm going to leave this reading there. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you feel like sharing what is going on with you, do let me know in the comments. Thank you. If you would like to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that down below through the link to my link tree. Make sure you check out your channeled song. I'd like to thank your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, your spirit guides, and all the beautiful benevolent beings that are surrounding you and I in all moments for allowing me to receive and to deliver this fabulous message to you guys. Have an amazing Tuesday. I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.